My name is Rajiv Agarwal. I am one of the pediatricians at Agave Pediatrics. I started Agave Pediatrics in 2005. I did my medical school at All India Institute of Medical Sciences in New Delhi, India. I started my residency in 1992 at University of Texas at a medical branch in Galveston, and finished in 1995. I have a lot of hobbies. I would say my most important hobby is very evident in my office, which is decorating things. I love the play and dance of color and light and rhythm and definition of spaces. I really like, if I was not a physician, I probably would have been an interior decorator or an architect, because I like to make small places with a purpose. That purpose could be healing, that purpose could be an exam room in which there is an interview going on, or that is a busy MA station and we're working on the ergonomics of it so that it works well. Probably I would say the biggest passion that I have is traveling. I've been very fortunate to be able to have had the opportunity to travel all over the world, and from every place that I've been to, I've learned something. Every culture that I've been to, I've learned something, and I'm just amazed at the beauty of language, culture, places, societies, and how much we can learn and from each of these and assimilate that in our experience and somehow become a better person.
Hi, my name is Dr. Nicole Thomas, and I joined the Agave family in 2009. A little history about myself. I went to college, undergraduate at Miami University in Oxford, Ohio. Subsequently, I went to medical school at Midwestern University, which is in Downers Grove, Illinois. I went on to complete my pediatric residency at Lutheran General Hospital in Park Ridge, Illinois. I currently live in Scottsdale, Arizona with my husband Adam and my two daughters, Emma, who is 6, and Lily, who is 3. In my free time, I like to spend time with my family because my husband travels a lot, and we're off to dance and gymnastics and all the fun things that little girls do.
My name is Dr. Leslie Mortland, and I have trained a lot of different places across the country and have finally just navigated and made it to Arizona to be closer to family and escape the cold Midwest where I did part of my training and where I grew up. So I did my pediatric training, my residency down in Florida at the University of Florida, and then I actually went on to do a fellowship and specialize in hematology and oncology at the University of Minnesota. And then I practiced pediatric oncology for a couple years in Milwaukee, and then I kind of decided that I'm more passionate about primary care. I want to get back into primary care, so which is why I have joined the team at Agave Pediatrics to follow that pursuit now. I like to enjoy the scenery out here in Arizona, and I like to do a lot of hiking, enjoy the outdoors. I like to run outside, into physical fitness and weightlifting, play volleyball, soccer, and just enjoy time with friends and family.
My name's Britta Overly, and I'm a physician assistant here at Agave Pediatrics. I started my educational career at Arizona State University. Graduated with a Bachelor's of Science, and then I went to Midwestern University and studied Physician Assistant Studies. I've been at Agave Pediatrics now for 7 years. I enjoy hanging out with family and friends, cooking and baking a lot. I have a daughter and 1 dog, and live in North Phoenix with my husband and my daughter.
Okay. Hi, I'm Cindy Harding. I'm one of the nurse practitioners here at Agave Pediatrics. I've been a nurse practitioner now for about 20 years, and I was a registered nurse. I worked at Phoenix Children's Hospital in the oncology unit for 5 years before that, so I've been around for a while. I've always loved pediatrics. Pediatrics interests me right when I was in nursing school, right when I walked on the pediatric floor. I knew that that's exactly where I wanted to be, and so when I graduated, that's where I went to, Phoenix Children's Hospital, and I started my career with kids there. I'm a graduate from the University of Colorado, Go Buffs. I also got my master's degree at Arizona State University here in Tempe, and I've been a nurse practitioner since. I ended up working with Dr. Agrawal probably about a year ago, I was looking for a new job and I love it here. And I love kids. I've always been interested in children. They are wonderful little people, and I've cared for them for such a long time that I don't know anything else. Some of my hobbies and things that I like to do, I'm very outdoorsy. I love to go do anything outside, hiking, anything. I play a lot of sports. My favorite's volleyball. I enjoy watching sports, so anything from college football to regular football to hockey. I'm big into sports, so if you are into sports, we can talk about a lot of things when you get here besides your kids. No, I'm kidding.
Hi, I'm Diane Becker, and I'm a certified pediatric nurse practitioner. I am an Arizona native, and I got both my degrees at Arizona State University, both my graduate and undergraduate, and I've lived in the Northeast Phoenix area for about 30 years. I have 2 grown children who are in their early 20s, and as well as 3 dogs, so I'm obviously a dog lover. I have a special interest in breastfeeding and helping new moms breastfeed, as well as seeing families grow and change. I've been with Dr. Agarwal almost since the beginning of the practice, so I've gotten the opportunity to see our babies now grow into 7 and 8 and even older children. I also have a special interest in food allergies, having done my master's thesis on that and having my own experience with that as well. In the office, our goal here is just to help every family develop and grow and make it as easy as possible along the way.
Hello, my name is Penny Lee, and I'm one of the nurse practitioners at Agave Pediatrics. I joined Agave Pediatrics 2 years ago in 2013. I graduated from Grand Canyon University. My certificate is as a family nurse practitioner. I live in the Valley with my husband and 3 children. While working at Agave, I have the privilege of doing the tongue-tie consults. I enjoy working with parents and assisting mothers with breastfeeding. I do have a certificate in lactation counseling. In my free time, I take my children to their events. My son plays football, my daughters dance and do gymnastics, and I assist my husband as a student minister. We work with students.
Each of our staff has their own individual style, practice, and areas of interest. Initially, you will see and get to know them all. Over time, after you become comfortable with their personalities and styles, you can decide who you would like as your primary care provider. However, for same-day sick visits and follow-up appointments, you will be seen by whomever is available depending on the schedule that day. In this section of the program, we'll go over some information and tips for expectant moms. Here at Agave Pediatrics, we realize that having a new child is having one of the most important, exciting experiences of your life, and also some of the most challenging. Words can't describe the emotions that the new parents experience. Agave Pediatrics is privileged to share in the experiences with you. Our website offers a long list of links to websites with good advice for new mothers under patient education. And of course, nothing beats common sense. Take care of yourself. Eat a nutritious diet and take prenatal vitamins. If you haven't already, this will be a great time to make your home a no-smoking zone. Check with your OB/GYN for a mild exercise program like breathing exercises or yoga. Accept emotional support and comfort from your friends and family. Remember, we believe in holistic health, your body and your mind, and that certainly applies when you're pregnant. Things to bring to the hospital for the baby. An infant car seat. You can't drive your baby home without one. You can call the Auto Safety Hotline at 1-888-2-DOT for ratings of particular models. A going home outfit for your baby. A receiving blanket for your baby. A pair of socks or bottles and mittens. A cap, although they usually give you one at the hospital. And an emery board. The hospital visit. A staff member from Agave Pediatrics will visit you in the hospital within 24 hours after the birth of your baby. Our staff currently has privileges at Scottsdale Healthcare Shea and Scottsdale Healthcare Osborne. We do have privileges at Paradise Valley Hospital, however, we are no longer seeing newborns at this time. Locations, hours, and appointments. Agave Pediatrics has 2 convenient locations. The north location is at 101 in Scottsdale Road, whereas the south location is at Scottsdale and Thomas. Our office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday mornings at our north office from 8 a.m. to 12 noon. Our appointments on Saturdays are reserved for same-day sick visits only. After-hour emergencies. We understand that you may feel stressed if your child needs medical attention and the office is not open. First, relax. The health problem may not be nearly as critical as it seems, but here's what you should do if it's a true emergency after hours. Call 911 or go to the emergency room. If the problem is not that severe and your question can wait until the next day, please call us then. We are open at 8 a.m. and will be happy to see your child if required. If you'd like your questions answered right away, please check our website at www.agavepediatrics.com. We have lots of useful information on our site and also some helpful links to other resources. You should be able to get most of your questions answered there. Another option is to check with your insurance company. Many have nurse triage services, and their number is usually on the back of your insurance card. If they are unable to answer your questions, then call our office to get in touch with the on-call provider. One of us is always available on call and will be happy to help you. Urgent care. Please feel free to call after 8 a.m. to schedule a same-day sick appointment. Keep in mind, our ability to offer this same-day service is dependent upon the availability of the staff. Appointments. When you call for your appointment with Agave Pediatrics, please inform the receptionist as to the nature of the visit so that adequate time can be scheduled. This system reduces waiting time as much as possible. If you wish for more than one child to be seen at the same time, please make sure to mention that and will allot sufficient time for both children to be evaluated. If you're unable to keep an appointment, please let us know as soon as possible so that time may be rescheduled for another patient. If you're running late for your appointment, please call us. Once you arrive, we'll do our best to accommodate you in a timely fashion if possible. A typical visit at Agave Pediatrics. The length of your visit depends on the requirements of your child, not on the time of the clock. We try our best not to double book or to overwork our providers so that we can provide quality time and attention to each patient. We'd like to have your visit completed within 1 hour of your appointment time. If the child needs additional testing, the visit may be extended. We prefer not to do a sick visit and a well visit in the same appointment, so we're able to focus on the issue more pressing at that time. If the visits are combined, we will be billing as it is 2 separate visits. To help us give the best possible experience, please be ready with a list of questions you would like answered, especially the most important ones. Wait time can be variable depending on the day of the visit, the type of the visit, and the season. We would like to give everyone an equal chance to get the type of care they need. To keep the schedule running smoothly, we ask that you please arrive 15 minutes prior to your scheduled appointment to take care of any paperwork that may be required. You will be requested to reschedule if you arrive 15 minutes or more late for your appointment. As we do not overbook our providers, it makes it very important that you keep your appointments as scheduled. If you're not able to make it, please call us in advance to cancel so that we may use that time for another patient. If appointments aren't kept, it makes it impossible to predict the schedule for that day. Well child schedule. We will see your newborn in the hospital and soon after in our offices. After that, we will follow them for well child checks at regular intervals. As the schedule shows, the first 1.5 years of your child's life, we want to see them frequently, and as they grow older, the frequency decreases. The purpose of these well child checks is to ensure that your child is healthy and meeting anticipated developmental milestones in a timely manner. Please check our website for the immunizations which are routinely administered during these visits. A word about preventative testing. Here at Agave Pediatrics, we believe in preventative testing at age-appropriate times. For vision, we recently started using the latest state-of-the-art vision screening technology. It uses a brainwave test to identify any problems with the vision of your child as early as 6 months of age. This test rules out disorders such as blindness and lazy eye that parents or doctors can't detect on a physical exam. At the age-appropriate times, we do autoacoustic emissions testing, also known as computerized hearing test screening. This test is to rule out any hearing problems or help prevent any language or speech defect later in life. We do age-appropriate developmental screening at the time of your well child visit. We also do autism screening at 18 months of age. All these tests are done to ensure overall healthy growth and development of your child. Some of the other services we include are pediatric nephrology consultations if there are any concerns about your child's kidneys, same-day sick visits, diagnosis and treatment of allergies, prenatal visits, immunizations and flu shots, sports physicals, vision and hearing screenings, removal of warts, breastfeeding support and education, circumcision in the office or at the hospital. At Agave Pediatrics, we prescribe medications only as medically necessary. Let me explain. We don't like to give antibiotics for colds, sniffles, runny noses, or slight coughs. We believe in the past there have been a tendency to overprescribe antibiotics, and this is not good for your child's overall health. We like to have a concrete reason to prescribe antibiotics so that they can remain effective in the future. Immunizations are a different story. This goes along with our general office philosophy to provide holistic health care that emphasizes prevention. As a pediatrician in practice for 15 years, Dr. Agrawal has personally immunized thousands of children. He follows the American Academy of Pediatrics immunization schedule. It's the only research-based and recognized schedule of immunizations. In his experience, he has seen the detrimental effects of vaccine-preventable diseases
but he's never seen any major side effects from the vaccines themselves. Recently, immunizations have come into focus because of non-medical celebrities advertising the relationship between immunization and autism and other chronic problems. As you can imagine, the medical community is doing its best to get to the bottom of this, and after years of research and analysis, have come to the conclusion that there is no relationship between autism and any vaccinations. Additives like thimerosal have been taken out of shots. Parents have been concerned of other additives like aluminum, which is present in some shots to increase its effectiveness. However, when put in perspective, our children are exposed to these chemicals manifold from the environment and food. We at Agave Pediatrics respect your decisions and concerns. If you have researched the information about vaccines and do not wish to have your child vaccinated, or wish to follow an alternate schedule, we are happy to accommodate you. However, please remember that we will not be able to suggest an alternate schedule for you. We will not judge you or make it difficult to access healthcare based on your decision to vaccinate or not. In this part of the program, we will answer some of the questions that Dr. Agarwal has been asked most frequently. How important is breastfeeding?
Breastfeeding provides the best source of nutrition for your baby. Did you know that in general, breastfed babies have less colds, diarrhea, and other infections like infections and pneumonias? On average, the IQ of a breastfed baby is 10 points higher than a formula-fed baby. Early on, breastfeeding is a challenge. However, over time, it becomes much more convenient as there is not that much need of sanitation of bottles and warming, etc. A very interesting fact is that the nutrition content of breast milk changes as the baby grows. Breast milk is a live tissue and has live cells in it. These cells help prevent infection and are very important for future gut health. Need we say that breastfeeding is much more economical. Now, breastfeeding is also good for the mothers too. During your pregnancy, you will gain about 5 to 9 pounds of fat. Nursing helps you return to your normal size way faster than most exercise programs. Very importantly, breastfeeding helps in reduction of the rates of breast, ovary, and uterine cancers. But I'm working mom, how can I breastfeed? If you go to work or go to school, you can pump the milk and feed the baby with bottled breast milk. Do remember to try to put the baby on the breast as much as possible when you are with the baby. That can be in the mornings, in the evenings, or at night. Pumped breast milk can be stored for 5 to 7 days in the refrigerator and up to 6 months in a freezer. To thaw breast milk, place the container in warm water. We do not recommend microwaving breast milk.
I just got home from the hospital and my baby seems to weigh less. What's wrong?
Nothing is wrong. For the first few days of life, most babies will lose weight, and which is normal. By the 4th or the 5th day, your baby will begin to gain weight, and by about 10 days, the babies are back to their birth weight. Babies are born with extra fluid on board, and they pee it out. Once they start getting nutrition from your milk or from formula, they start gaining the weight back.
I really prefer not to breastfeed. What do you recommend?
If you decide not to breastfeed, bottle feeding with prepared formulas can provide good nutrition to your baby. A formula with iron is recommended. Formulas are available as concentrates, ready to feed, and as powders. The main difference between these is the price. Concentrated formula is usually cheaper, and probably the powder form is the cheapest. Ready-to-feed formulas do not have to be diluted and are generally more convenient. All the manufacturers of formula have to follow FDA guidelines, and the nutrients contained in them are overall similar. Each company has products which are cow's milk-based, soy-based, or have broken down proteins.
How much formula should my baby take?
Babies usually take the amount of formula they need. Don't try to force your baby more than he wants. During the first week of life, babies may take 1 to 3 ounces at a feeding, while a 3-month-old may take as much as 6 to 7 ounces per feeding.
Is there a book on babies that you recommend?
There are a large number of books which have been written for prospective parents which give different ideas and different philosophies about child rearing, sleeping patterns, and feeding. We suggest the American Academy of Pediatrics books like Caring for Your Baby and Your Young Child and Your Baby's First Years.
My primary language is Spanish. How can we communicate?
Agave Pediatrics has a Spanish-speaking member at most times.
What's the age range of patients you see?
At Agave Pediatrics, we see patients from premature babies to 18 years of age and everyone in between.
Do you accept my insurance? Agave Pediatrics is contracted with most insurance plans. Have your insurance card available when you call, and we'll contact your insurance company before your appointment. Please add Dr. Agarwal, Dr. Thomas, Dr. Mortland, or Dr. Noel onto your plan. Please add your baby to the insurance plan soon after the baby is born, and definitely before 30 days. Otherwise, your claims will be rejected from the insurance company.
When can we travel with a baby? We recommend you to keep non-essential travel minimum for the first 3 months. You can definitely take the baby out in a stroller for walks. It is best to avoid crowded places like airports, restaurants, malls, churches, or large family gatherings for the first 3 months at least. Remember, when babies are exposed to other people, they are at a high risk for contracting common colds and possibly other infections.
How about circumcisions?
There is no medical reason for doing circumcisions. It is completely a social indication. If you'd like your child to be circumcised, we will be happy to do it for you. The procedure can be done in the hospital or in the office within the first month of life. Please check coverage for the procedure with your insurance company. With our experience at Agave Pediatrics, we usually like to do the procedure in the office once the other issues like weight loss and jaundice have kind of subsided. Most babies will lose weight right after being born, and the feeding does not get established for the first week or so. Keeping things in perspective, it is a really good idea to do first things first, which is to get the breastfeeding or formula feeding established. And once these things have been established and the parents get a level of comfort, we suggest getting circumcisions done, which can be done anytime within the first month. You are stepping foot into the most amazing phase of your life, and you will discover a lot about your baby and yourself over the coming years. You've heard before that life will change, but as a parent I can tell you that you do not understand how much life will change. Let nobody tell you parenthood is easy, but you will soon discover that it is the most beautiful thing that ever happened to you, and all the hard work which goes into it is definitely worth it. For now, discover ways to enjoy your pregnancy and then your baby. Practice gentle, healthy living, and I would hope that you will choose Agave Pediatrics as a partner in your beautiful journey of parenthood.